ConnectNigeria.com's mission and vision statement. Mission: to organize Nigeria's information, making it easy to find and easy to use. Vision: to be the #1 go-to place for authentic, important, useful, and positive information in Nigeria and about Nigeria. Goal: to be a catalyst in our quest to fix Nigeria by providing information that is actionable. Information is power. Applied information is even more powerful by building strong businesses and careers with the information we provide. How? We need to become relevant so that people will use us. People will share information with us. People will partner with us. Organizing events and trainings. Being the most positive company. By giving back to society. By having an excellent spirit.
My name is Emeka Mordi. I'm the COO and head of SME at Carbon, and I'm very excited to welcome you all to the Connect Nigeria 2020 Business Fair. Carbon was set up about 8 years ago in 2012, and when it started as an organization, it was a brick and mortar business. We didn't do anything really digitally. Everything was done with paper, and we had to employ a massive number of people to go from door to door, business to business, get people to fill out forms, collect information from people. And it became very clear very quickly that this would not be able to scale. How were we going to be able to fulfill our mission of providing services to the unbanked Nigerian if we could not actually reach enough people in any city that we found ourselves? So it became very clear that there was going to be a lot of work to do to actually scale the business, to go from just providing services for a small number of people to providing services for a really large number of people. So that journey of innovation, of trying to look ahead, of trying to anticipate what people would actually want and how they would react to products in the market started as far back as 2012. We were probably doing 100 or so applications a day, and it was a very tedious process. From the beginning, the founders knew that for us to be able to deliver the kind of products that we needed for the customer, we would have to make the ease of use of our product a very key factor of the product itself. So that journey to simplify everything as much as possible and make the focus 100% on the customer started about 12 years ago. Started about 8 years ago, shortly after we launched the business, because it became very, very clear that we could not scale up if we were going to do this. In 2016, we launched the first of our digital platforms, which was a web-based system. You would go online, fill out a form. Now, this was a serious jump from having an agent sitting down with you, taking down all your information, and then getting the underwriting team to now go through all that information on paper, right? And then figure out if we could actually give you any kind of services, and then find a way to contact you, right? Go back to your office, whatever. So we had a web-based platform. This platform allowed us to make the first few jumps in terms of scaling up from 100 people a day or whatever to maybe 500 people a day who were actually applying, not even necessarily getting any services. So again, we started looking at the market. This was in 2016, and we thought, well, we need to go Android because the market in Nigeria was dominated by the Android smartphones. The MTNs, the Glows, and so on were now making it such that mobile data and mobile use in Nigeria was increasing exponentially. So we went very quickly from a web-based platform to an actual app. And a lot of people asked us, why did we not even go iOS at the first shot? And the answer to that is, in the first instance, when we were giving out loans, which was our first financial services, we figured that if you were able to afford an iPhone, then you probably didn't need to get money from us because we were actually doing a business for only personal loans. So very quickly, we moved from the web to the Android app. In 2016, we launched the Android app, and that was a pay later, as a lot of people know it. There were two versions of the app. You could get 10,000 naira and up to 100,000, and then the other you could get 100,000 naira up to 1,000,000 naira. They were split. You had to go either one channel or the other. Again, we had done this for a reason. We had done this because we saw something happening in the market, but we very quickly again realized that the overhead of managing these two pieces was too great for us. And if it was cumbersome for us, then that means it had an impact on the end customer. We were not giving them the best product that was actually possible for us to create. So again, we went back in and started looking at what could we do. And early 2017, we merged our apps, and everything came through one particular funnel. It didn't matter whether you wanted 10,000 naira or 5,000 naira or 1,000,000 naira. You just came through the same portal, and it was easy to use. You came through the same app, and everything was pretty straightforward.
Vibe about selling the African story. The Connect Nigeria SME e-Business Fair, Africa's biggest and largest SME event.
It became very evident that people were using the funds that they were taking as personal loans for business. And there are a lot of individuals, as we know, SMEs are generally individuals who have an entrepreneurial spirit. So there are a lot of individuals who taking salaries, are trying to create some kind of value for themselves and for other people out there. And then they saw the carbon service, or pay later as it was at that time, as a means for them to actually scale up those businesses. So you have an individual who is making, maybe 100,000 naira. He has all his personal needs that he wants to address every month: food, clothing, electricity, transport, all that kind of stuff. And you're saying, where's that person actually going to find the money to actually start the business? And that's really what we started seeing a lot of people doing. There were many stories. I don't know if people remember when we had the Lazy Nigerian Youth thing, we jumped on that and did something on social media. And we had a lot of customers who were taking personal loans to show us what they were actually doing with the money. And it turned out that actually a lot of us Nigerians are using personal loans because that's the only option that we have to actually run businesses. So this is how people are taking what they have to get what they need. They're being innovative in the way that they're using finances. They're being innovative in the way that they're using their time. They're being innovative in the way that they're using the little resources that they have. So obviously we've grown crazily in this time. We're doing just under 3,000 disbursed loans every day. We probably have close to 10,000 applications every single day. And we've grown as a team, we've grown as an organization. And I think it's fair to say that, Carbon is the leading fintech in in Nigeria. We've run a pilot in Ghana, and we're looking at regional expansion right now. So how does this all tie in with the 2020 vision that Connect Nigeria is talking about? How are we, you and myself and Carbon and whatever your own business is called, how are we trying and figuring out how we are going to continue to innovate to deliver the kind of products and services our customers actually want? It's a tough question, right? And I think 2020, this pandemic, COVID-19, has tested all of us on a global scale. And if you were not looking to stress test your business, then you were in trouble in 2020, because there was no one that was actually spared the effects of being shut down. Now, at Carbon, because of the way that we've set the company up, one of the things that we were able to do immediately was go remote. So right now, this video has been shot in an empty office because while our operations are 100% up, we don't need to have our staff all in the office to be able to do their work. What are we able to leverage? We're able to leverage technology. We're able to leverage knowledge of how business systems work, how processes work. We're able to leverage the interconnectivity between the banking systems and the credit bureaus and the identity verification systems, so on and so forth. So when we're looking at what we're trying to do for our customers, we're looking at all the different pieces that we're actually able to leverage. So you're looking at how do you innovate? How do you give something to your customer? The first thing for us is always that the focus is on the customer first, not on us. We know we want to do service, right? We know that we want to provide a particular type of product, but what does the customer actually want from us? And this is what has led the innovation that has happened within Carbon. And I think this is what will lead the innovation that will happen within your business, whatever that business is. If you're continuously asking yourself, what does the customer want? What does the person I am trying to provide a service actually want? Then you will figure it out. You will ask them that question. And it's great because at the end of the day, they will tell you what they want. So we went from starting out as a lending business, and now in the same app where all you could do was borrow 10,000 naira in the past, you can now do investments, you can now do savings, you can now pay your bills, you can now do a credit check for free, by the way. And there's so many other things that are coming down the pipeline because we're constantly listening to the feedback that we're getting and taking any information, whether critical or negative, as some people may take it, or great feedback to say, okay, how can we be better to actually give the customer what they want? So I know that in general, you say, hindsight is 2020, right? But what we should be trying to do is get that 2020 looking forward. And the ways to do that are very simple. They're difficult, but they're simple. The first is listen to the customer. What does your customer want? Make sure that there are clear lines of communication between yourself as an organization and your customers. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to get it right. There are people who will curse us out on a daily basis because, we haven't met their own expectation. And you have to understand that you will not meet everybody's expectation. You're in a very tough environment. But you want to meet as many of your potential customers' expectations as is possible. You have to take that feedback. So you have to have clear lines of communication. You have to understand what they're actually saying. A lot of people actually give feedback, and what they're saying is not necessarily what they mean. So you have to have that ability to decode what folks are saying and then translate it into a product, a service, a desire that you're fulfilling for that particular person, and then create something that people actually want. That's the way you get hundreds and thousands of customers. That's the way you get hundreds and thousands of transactions. And I think in our minds, in terms of innovation and in terms of just being there for the customer, we try to put this at the front of everything that we do. And that's also why we're very excited to be working with Connect Nigeria, because at the end of the day, in terms of the platforms that are putting things out there for businesses, especially small businesses, to help them actually grow, because we are the engine of the economy, right? To actually help them grow, then you can see how Connect Nigeria has been responsive and been able to change the way it does business so that its customer, small businesses, can actually get the products and services that they want. So again, welcome to the business fair. We're very excited. I'm very excited to meet as many of you as possible. And I'm really hoping that our 2020 vision will be very, very forward-looking and not in hindsight. And once again, my name is Emeka Mordi, COO and Head of SME at Carbon. Enjoy the rest of the fair.